Hey, what's up, everybody? Championship Leadership Podcast today, and I'm excited. We have Immy Tariq. He's out of Orlando, Florida. He's the co-founder, CEO of Webmetrix Group Company, and I just appreciate you taking some time to be here with me today. Thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting me on here. I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. So I always love asking this question first to start the conversation. The name of the podcast is Championship Leadership. Like, what does that mean to you, or when you hear championship leadership, what do you think of?
It's about someone who really understands that leadership is just more than running employees. It's more about bringing the team to win and winning what I would call the gold, winning the race in your industry and taking it. And to me, the first and most important thing is the customer. The second most important thing is the employees. And then the third thing will be your profits.
Yeah.
So when you talk about leadership, it's about really driving because without your employees, you can't fulfill the customer's demands. Without customers, you don't have a business with the paying employees. So champion leadership is about making sure you focus on the employees more than the profits.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah, I love it. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you've gotten to where you are today as a CEO of Webmetrix.
Okay, so I was born and raised in London. My story is, but basically, both my parents died by the time I was 20. And I basically went and got a job, and I quit within the first 4 hours of that job. And I put my own businesses from there on out. Okay. I moved over to America when I was about 23. And from here on out, I just basically worked my way into the marketing agencies and building up skills in every different type of business I could. And I consulted hundreds of companies, learning from the inside how to run companies, how to systemize. For example, the internet marketing community is very good at getting things off the ground very quickly, but we're not very good at managing hundreds of employees. So I went and learned and consulted these companies on how they manage hundreds of employees, and used my PR media outlets also to interview these guys to learn. And that's how really the secret is becoming a sponge. If you want to get further in life, learn from different industries, as many as possible.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. And so how many people do you employ and lead inside of your company?
Just on the SEO division for the outreach links, about 40.
Okay. Yeah, so it's it's important. Interesting you say, right? Internet marketing, they're really good at getting these companies up, but don't know how to lead people. And so, what was it, or where did you learn that yourself? Where did that come from for you to realize the importance of that? It seems maybe like it kind of seems obvious that you would need to do that, but like you said, it's not that obvious, obviously, because of all the others that do it and aren't real strong in that area. Where did that come from for you?
Well, my wife's the one who taught me a lot of my stuff I needed to learn and pushed me to learn. And then I found it in different books, and I studied on Forbes and Inc. And I found out the right business coaches, and I went to hire coaches and mastermind. I can do mastermind for 40 grand for a day, just to learn and absorb from other people who are way, way more successful. Now, these are underground mastermind, not like the internet communities where you got like the funnel hacking live type communities.
Sure.
These are masterminds where people are making hundreds of millions and running massive corporations.
Yeah. And so maybe talk a little bit too. I always love to ask this, like who are some of the leaders, championship leaders, coaches, mentors that have impacted you? And the question is really less about who they are, but really what is it that you learned from them, that you took from them, the characteristics or traits that they had, that you've kind of taken on and helped to mold who you are as a leader?
I say one of the big influences is Jack Ma. Jack Ma is one of my idols in business, and I think he's incredible. From $12 a month to 47 billion. I think it's incredible. He's doing it in China. Yeah. And that philosophy I gave at the beginning is well, I learned it a couple of years ago from him. Aside from that, I just learned our mentors, those who basically run medical companies, not necessarily like a physician, but I'm talking about do like our after home care and whatever. So different friends from there, then I've got different friends who run companies in software, who's running it on very little profit margins at the beginning. And they're really focused on the employees, because the employees are the high talent, are going to help them succeed to create that VC pitch that's going to make them raise hundreds of millions and win. But some of them have done. So it's just different industries. I learned different people I've met, and really small friends and mentors.
Yeah.
I haven't had that many mentors in my life. I have a few that I've learned from, but most of the time, no.
And so where did you learn the importance of, like, for me, I kind of fell into the coaching world. I'm a coach myself, of course, but I didn't necessarily realize that there was that world out there. Now, of course, it's what I do every single day, and I know the importance of it and the impact that it can make. Where did that come from for you?
So what happened was I never used to read books or anything, and then what gave me Think and Grow Rich? I came hooked on books after Think and Grow
Yeah.
Rich. Then I saw The Secret. And
Okay.
when I watched The Secret, I knew, and I sort of read Rich Dad Poor Dad. So I reached out to Rich Dad Poor Dad, wanted to speak to Kiyosaki, and he said he's not coaching anymore. But the other coaches do. And then they told me about, I found out T. Harv Eker, and he stopped coaching as well. And I met Bob Proctor. And I'm like, I didn't like most of the other coaches. Like, I won't mention names, but I didn't like the way they try to sell me. So I'm like, I met Bob Proctor, and I love Bob Proctor the way he told me the story, and I felt confident in him, and then that's how I got involved in the coaching space. I paid him $10,000 an hour almost.
Okay. Yeah. How did Webmetrix come about? What happened there? What was the progression there?
What it was is I had multiple companies, and I started consolidating them under the Webmetrix group. I got different agencies under the Webmetrix group, the web design, the YouTube ads, everything. I consolidated them under one because it made more sense, and I thought I bought a better brand under one versus these different companies. It's easier to systemize everything for taxes and everything else. It came about also because my business partner, he's a genius, and one of the person I met at like a 30 grand mastermind. And he and I partnered up to basically take it way better and bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to implement his ideas in my business to make more money with his ideas.
Got it. So what's some adversity that you've learned? I think adversity is probably one of the greatest teachers that we have inside of life, and to take the experiences we've had through that and to help us to be successful moving forward. Maybe you could share a little bit about that for the listeners, on some adversity that you've had inside of your life that's helped you to really get to where you are today.
Well, I'll start with this. Losing my dad, who was my best friend and closest person, the only friend I had, that gave me real, that was a challenge beyond anything else.
Yeah.
You're like 20 years old. I lose
Correct.
both of your parents, it is tough. That is probably the biggest pivot in my life,
Yeah.
in terms of adversity. Another one is I was born with nerve deafness in they damaged the hearing center in my brain. So I wasn't meant to hear at all. I couldn't speak till I was 5. My brain rewired itself to learn how to hear and speak.
Oh,
Now, I
wow.
still can't hear high frequency, but I hear low frequency. High frequency is like math weeks. Learning that, I had to overcome a lot of challenges, including bullying and just pushing myself to become better. And of course, at school, was in elementary school, I didn't do that well. The time I hit 11 years old, I accelerated above everybody. By the time I was 13, I was pretty much doing what 18-year-olds were doing. But life is all about challenges and using it to your advantage and finding opportunities there. When I came to America, and I couldn't work for a while, and I lost 70% of my money because I didn't have my green card and Social Security. I had to figure out ways to learn skills and able to connect and build a network. I moved from a different continent with no one but my wife at the time, who was my girlfriend at the time, to a country and to a state that was very racist. Mm-hmm. Life is about pushing forward. This is more of a story that I'm using lately. So basically, my friend Brian is a mentor of mine. Actually, he's a Canadian billionaire. Brian invested money 10 times in a row and lost money quite a bit. He did the same thing again, and he lost money again the next time. He made some, right, and basically close to break even, or break even, so to say. On a 26th deal, he made $700 million net after taxes and after, losses. $700 million he made. He found a unicorn. They said to me, the problem with entrepreneurs is everybody wants to get that quick win. A VC doesn't care, and everyone makes fun of the VCs and say, especially entrepreneurs, they're like, you can invest in real estate or marketing and get better ROI. He said the problem with entrepreneurs is they don't have the long cycle, they don't play the long-term game. They say the short term, I get a 2-to-1 ROI and I'm happy. I found a unicorn, I make more money than half of these entrepreneurs combined, is what he said to me. He said it's about having the stomach to play the long-term game, because the short-term feels good for your comfort and for your ego, but it doesn't feel good for the actual success of your legacy.
Yeah. Yeah. And so agree 100%. Right. But how do you create that stomach for it? Right. Is that just something that some people have? Is that something that
it's something that I think you learn from condition and go through? I think it also depends upon how fixated you are upon your goal and how much confidence and trust you have in your skills and how adaptable you are. What do you learn? It's the definition of insanity is doing the same thing again and again, expecting different results. Here's the thing: you find what doesn't work, you use it to eliminate the processes the next time, so you have less choices and you start getting better choices. And you might go through several failures until you get the right choice. Look at Thomas Edison even. He failed how many times, so to say, as people would say, but he learned on each one what not to do. And that gave him closer and closer until he found the light bulb.
Mm-hmm.
But Thomas Edison doing that and never giving up, we'll never have electricity. We wouldn't be on this podcast even.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. What's the vision for you? Where do you want to go? Like, what do you want to accomplish? What's the impact you want to make in this lifetime?
My vision really is to start with internal with my family. Once I get to my goals and vision in my family, my other goals is to then build out software and other companies that I got the connections to do to help me improve the quality of life of the world. So, for example, I know things that a lot of very, very powerful influential doctors, including a billionaire doctor. I know people were connected to a lot of the tech industry that could improve the way that people improve their quality of life. Also, I would like to write a book down the line with my influence and connections that I have to make it New York best-time seller and leave it as a legacy. And as Ryan Holiday calls it, a pre-Nello seller. Basically, a book that isn't aimed to go on New York best-time seller necessarily, but it will get in the hands of millions, like Robert Greene books.
And do you have any idea what that book's going to be yet?
I know what book frameworks are going to be. I just want to show it actual when I've got to what I want to get to and showing it from that experiences. Then I will release it.
Yeah. Okay. I love it. What would be some advice that you could have for entrepreneurs that are wanting to follow a similar path or track to you to help them to, continue to find that success, to build that stomach for the long-term game plan and vision so that they can be successful?
So the first thing I always say, well, a few things. The first thing is I call it the detox system. Eliminate exactly what is not what you want, right? And when you know what you want, find out. Here's the thing: most entrepreneurs don't pay the price. I talk about paying the price more than anything in my inner circle.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Everything has a price, and in chemistry we call it the activation energy. What's the energy needed to make the reaction happen and to create the compounds you want? The activation energy, the price you're gonna pay. Once you know that, are you willing to pay that price? If you're not, forget it. You might as well quit and go to a different doing. Right? A lot of people talk about wanting to make 8 figures or 9 figures, or even billions of dollars. For example, I want to make billions, and I'm working on these type of deals. It came at a very high price. I changed my friends, my circle, my life. I work every day to 3 a.m. and I get up at 7, 8 a.m. every single day, 7 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a life much outside my work. Why? Because I know what the vision is. I know what the price I have to pay it. Once I get there, I can start enjoying it more. I know a lot of people will talk about living life on their own terms, and it's important, yes, to have fun and play. But there's a time and a period where to go through the trials and the challenges and pay that price to get where you want to get to, especially when you want it in a quicker time. A lot of people, if you're talking about 20 years, you can do the thing way less work over 20 years. If you want it in 3 to 5 years, you have to pay working harder to compensate for the time frame that you're collapsing. That's the very first thing I would say. Understand what you have to pay and understand you have to put the work ethic behind it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Then I'm going to give one other thing. I like hypnosis. I'm a big proponent of hypnosis.
Yeah.
And the reason is...
Yeah, tell me more.
Well, you got the conscious mind and the subconscious mind.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, the conscious mind is the gatekeeper to the subconscious mind. When you get an actual really good hypnotherapist who actually knows what they're talking about and doing, you bypass the entire conscious mind and go straight to the subconscious mind and rewire it over the subconscious mind. It's the fastest hack, right, to rewire your subconscious mind and your habits in your life.
And so you would rewire that so that you no longer have these things that are limiting you or holding you back.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of my friends, for example, they used it to stop smoking. That's just an example. They were smoking, some of them were smoking like 2 cigarettes a day, others were smoking 15 cigarettes a day. They almost quit cold turkey and never gone back since for close to 5 years now at least, because of the hypnosis. Myself, I use it to overcome different issues. And I know that hypnosis works only because I understand it works and I'm open to the idea. So many people have this idea when they hear hypnosis is, you're going to start being hypnotized to do like a quack or whatever crap they believe. Hypnosis is very, very different. It's like a guided meditation.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have a name now. I thought it was like free to rewiring or something. I can't remember what it's called right now. the new trend word for it. But really, it's a fancy word to say that it basically is hypnosis.
And how often do you do that?
Daily.
Daily. So you have a hypnotherapist that you see daily?
I got a recording that I paid for.
Okay, got you. Okay. Yeah, that is powerful. And it makes total sense. I hadn't really thought about it, but yeah, that makes total sense. Absolutely. Anything else that you got that you could leave for the listeners that they could take, implement today, and to help them move forward inside of their life?
The other thing is goal writing. And when I say goal writing, a lot of people talk about the dream, they call that a goal, or New Year's resolutions, etc. They don't have a clue what a goal really is. Because a goal is about able to break the goal down into tangible steps for every single day to take action. So my goal system I personally created was designed to hit your goals in 49 days.
Yeah.
So with that, what I understood is we just take a look at nature. You look at the atom. The atom, inside the atom, you have a nucleus. We've got the protons and neutrons. Outside the nucleus, you have the electron shell, where the electrons are floating around your nucleus. They try and seek a, what's it called, inert state, or stable state, as I like to call it. And with that, basically, you can only get 7 electron shells maximum around the nucleus. That's the number. When we look at the quantum physics, there's only 7 copies of every photon, so there's only 7 parallel dimensions or universes. So with that in mind, we start looking at the rainbow even. You've got 7 spectrums of light. It's a pattern. Seek the patterns and seek how to understand. So with it, I can talk about religion even. We've got 7 heavens, to 7 sin, to 7 everything. With it, understanding from religion and from, what's it called, from science. I personally believe, this is my own personal belief, I'm not going to say what everyone else believes, is that God is energy. Because energy can't be created and can't be destroyed. It's just everywhere it wants to take on any shape or any form. Life is also energy. So which is, and I always find that you can actually combine religion and science in a sense together. And with it, I said, if 7 is what nature is showing and what religion is showing, then why not create 7 goals, 1 for each area of life? Break down the 7 goals into 7 outcomes. And with the 7 outcomes, you break them into 7 steps. You have 49 steps per goal. 1 step a day, in 49 days, you'll hit your goals. And you have to focus on hitting 1 step a day. You have to focus on all the other things you can't do. Just focus on hitting 1 step a day and look how far you'll go.
Yeah, that's powerful. And definitely going to go back and listen to that again. I'd never heard that, but I love it. Thank you for sharing that. And if you're listening, I would definitely have the notepad out for that one. That's a powerful concept that you just dropped right there. So thank you for sharing that. I really do appreciate it. What are some ways that we could follow you or, hear more about what you got going on? I know you mentioned in Inner Circle. Yeah, just some other ways the listeners can find out more about you.
They can follow me on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn, or they can follow me on my company website, Webmetrix Group. My Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, LinkedIn is all Immy Tariq. Yeah,
great. Thank you. And we'll make sure that I link those up for sure. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to come on the show. I really do. I had your wife, Amy, not that long ago on here as well. So we have the whole Tariq family on the Championship Leadership Podcast, which is awesome. You're the first husband-wife couple that I've have it on the show, which is pretty unique. And I just appreciate you taking the time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.